Hey guys, what's up? Long time no see. It's me, Caitlin, your favorite Michigan girl. I know it's been a crazy long time. I cannot believe it when I was looking at my YouTube channel the other day and I realized it's been a month or over a month at this point since I posted a life update, which means it's been almost a month since I uploaded my last video, and my last video was my reaction to the teaser trailer for Eternals. Thank you to everyone who watched that, to everyone who's been watching my videos. I feel incredibly guilty and horrible. I know I don't have a lot of viewers. I don't have a very, I think I have like 100 subscribers. So I know I don't have a lot of viewers. I know my videos don't get a lot of hits. But I still feel so incredibly guilty for those of you who do watch my videos, who do like them, and I haven't posted anything in a while. And it is completely my fault, and I will explain why I just didn't post. I will say I did attempt to post another trailer reaction. I had a viewer ask me to do a reaction to the trailer for Boot, a haunted ship story, a haunted story, which is a movie from, I think it was India, that came out like last year or the year before. And I did do a reaction. I do have it filmed. It is on my computer. Unfortunately, when I tried to film the reaction, which I think is one of my best reactions ever, YouTube flagged it for copyright, and there was just one section in the middle that it said you have to take this section out if you want to post this video and make it public. I guess the production company has it flagged. It really confused me because I had seen other channels that had reactions to this trailer online on YouTube, so I don't know why I got flagged, and I think it's because this movie's been released already. It's been out for such a long time, so maybe that's why it's flagged. Maybe it's because it's from another country. I really don't know, but I might try posting it again, give it another try and see if it'll go up this time. If it doesn't, that just means, unfortunately, I was not able to post this reaction, which I think is one of my best reactions because I did get scared watching this trailer. I have done reactions to trailers for horror movies before, but I've never really gotten as scared as I did watching this one. So it did make it a really interesting trailer for me to react to because I did actually jump. I did actually scream a couple times. So that is what happened. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, on to my gap, my lack of time. I haven't even watched the last life update I posted to remember what I talked about. But I think, guessing by the title that I talked about being fully vaccinated, yes, I am fully vaccinated as of around Memorial Day week, the Thursday before Memorial Day week, but I gave myself an extra week. I have been fully vaccinated since May, which has been really exciting. I have actually gone out a couple of times without my mask, which felt really weird. The first thing I did was actually went to a pop-up carnival in our local mall parking lot, and I did not wear my mask. I made the decision not to wear my mask, and luckily it was outdoors. It was not very crowded. It was so weird being outdoors in a social setting where there was not any social distancing, there was not any masks, there wasn't even any hand sanitizer. So it was really, really, really weird, but I had so much fun. I went on a ride I'd never gone on called the Himalaya, and it was a blast. But it was really, really weird. And then at the farmer's market a couple times, I took off my mask. And I actually went into a store for the first time this past week without wearing a mask. I ran into Target to pick something up, and I ran back out. I did not linger. But other than that, I've still been wearing my mask pretty consistently inside stores. The Governor Whitmire just announced that here in Michigan on June 22nd, she is removing all COVID restrictions. So we will be fully open. The state will be 100% fully open. Capacity will be back up to 100 for all indoor outdoor venues. There will be no mask mandate anymore. So that is going to be really, really weird. It's going to be really different. Already we're seeing tons of people here without their masks. I'm sure that's like that for everywhere in the country and other places around the world, but I am still seeing a lot of people who are wearing masks, and I have continued to wear my mask outside off and on. But that's because I can have really bad seasonal allergies, and I've discovered that I didn't discover it. I always knew wearing a mask might help with my allergy symptoms, and it actually does. So I've been wearing a mask on and off depending on where I'm at. Because there are some places in Midland where my allergies are triggered more than others. The joke is people ask me, what are you allergic to? And I basically say, outside. I only know for sure I'm allergic to lilacs. That's like the only outdoor plant I know for sure I'm allergic to. but I'm also allergic to other outdoor plants, like other pollen. I'm just not sure what it is. I will cry if I ever find out I'm allergic to roses, because next to lilacs, those are my absolute favorite flowers. And I was devastated when I found out a few years ago that I was allergic to lilacs. Like, no! So I'll be absolutely devastated if eventually I learn that I am also allergic to roses. I absolutely love roses. So that is where I am at. My mom, she is on her way to being fully vaccinated. She got her first shot the day my brother and I got our second shot, and she just went and got her second shot. So I'm really, really excited that I think this week or this past week or next week she will be actually fully vaccinated, which it makes me feel so much better about my mom. She has high blood pressure. She's diabetic, so she has some health issues. So I'm really happy that she is fully vaccinated, and that's just another layer of protection for her. My dad has been fully vaccinated for a while, so really, really excited about that, especially since he and I have some plans coming up that I will talk to you guys about later. First off, let's get something really serious and kind of deep and heavy for me out of the way. So in my past couple life updates, I've talked about the past that I started and have been doing an internship for a local organization here in Midland. And now I have to tell you guys kind of the bad news that I am no longer doing that internship. I'm still in an internship class at Davenport, but I'm no longer doing the internship. And I debated about talking about this because it is so recent. I only just left this internship last Saturday, the 12th. But I feel like I kind of would like to just talk about it. I'm not going to say anything bad. I don't want to say anything bad. It's just that this is my experience. So I am going to school, if you guys are new, I am going to school at Davenport University for my bachelor's in marketing with a focus on digital marketing and promotion. My goal in that is that I would like to find a way to, in the future, with whatever corporation I end up with, and I would love to work for Disney, is I would like to find ways to make cohesive, across the board marketing campaigns, marketing strategies for companies that hit various demographics, and within those demographics, hit the area that those demographics use the most. So we're like Gen Z, that would be a lot of social media marketing, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. But for older generations like the boomers, it would still be more traditional marketing, TV, radio, newspaper, print ads, stuff like that, but still have a kind of cohesive. So for a product that is multi-demographic, have a cohesive, have a very strong marketing campaign. But instead of since it's a multi-demographic product, use the marketing platform at the target demographic and not so much the marketing campaign itself. That's something I would really like to try and do. In particular with businesses that, like Her Universe, for example, that do all their marketing is social media based, it is digital based. They don't have brick and mortar stores, they don't advertise on TV or radio. For businesses like that I feel like they're missing out on a key thing. Like, there are older people who love Star Wars, who love Marvel, who would love products by Her Universe, but they don't know about them because Her Universe doesn't advertise in magazines or on TV or on radio. So getting businesses like that to kind of expand and say, hey, you're doing great. Yes, digital marketing is the wave of the future, but you can't forget about the people who aren't as comfortable using digital mediums, who don't really have access to it. You still got to keep up with their traditional marketing. So that is what I'd kind of like to do. I really want to find a way to combine the old and the new, because it's kind of like me. I love being online. I love using social media. I love what I do with my platforms when I figure out how they work. But at the same time, there's still a part of me that I love, like, being slightly old-fashioned. Like, I love writing in a notebook. I love looking at magazines. I love reading books. I love watching TV. So I really want to find a way to do what I do, where I can combine both the old and the new, but do it on a much larger scale and help corporations reach out that way. So that is my goal in getting this degree, and also my goal in getting this degree is I want to go work at Disney. So there it is. So this internship was supposed to really help me prep for that. So basically the purpose of an internship, everybody knows, is you go and you get an internship in the field you're interested in, and you work in that field and you learn about it. You get firsthand experience, real world experience, and you gain all this knowledge that helps you when you're ready to step out on your own in your field. So for me, that would be, I'd be looking for marketing experience. And the way this internship was worded was, it was worded, and even in the interview, they made it sound like that, yes, I would be doing a lot of marketing. I would be working with the marketing department of this organization. One of the people who interviewed me was a guy in charge of marketing. So I went into this internship thinking, well, two of the people who interviewed me, two of them were part of the marketing department. And so I went into this internship, accepted this internship, which, by the way, I interviewed for this internship at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got offered the internship at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's how quick the turnaround was. So I went into this internship thinking it was going to be great. It was going to be awesome. I was going to learn so much about marketing, and I was going to learn about marketing for farmers market. You know, I was going to do all this stuff. I was super, super excited. I started it in March. So officially my internship started May 3rd, but unofficially I actually started working in March for this. And the first thing I did was I worked with Midland Blooms, which was really interesting, a lot of fun. I got to see how this event was kind of put together. You know, I know about Midland Blooms. I've lived here my whole life, but I never really saw how it was like kind of put together and what it all looked like when it was all said and done, what the event was like. So it was really interesting getting to see how it was put together and actually getting to play a part in it. I got help pick where the volunteer teams went. I got to do register people. So I really enjoyed doing that. It was really fun. And then farmers market started, and I was there, and that is really where I was expecting the marketing part to kick in, because they were having me post on social media, day of market, and this and that, and I was really, really expecting it. However, that did not exactly play out. Instead of like really working with the marketing department, I didn't work with the marketing department at all, and that was kind of sad. Basically what I was doing is I was setting up and tearing down farmers market. I was counting people when volunteers didn't come in. I was passing out forms, and I was doing what my internship professor explained to me is called organic posting, organic marketing, which means I wasn't really promoting the posts. There's a difference. There is paid promotion, which is where you pay to promote your post. So if you're a business and you really want your post about a new product to get out there, you can promote it and you pay a little bit of a fee, and that will get it promoted on people's feeds. And it's the same on Facebook. But they did not tell me to do that. They did not make me aware that that was an option. They didn't show me how to do that. They didn't explain how they were targeting people. Basically, they just do organic, which is basically what everybody does on their social media, is they just make a post. They don't promote it. They don't push it. They just put hashtags in, and that's that. That is organic posting. And that was what they were having me do. And unfortunately, that was a no-no. Basically, the duties they were assigning me were kind of a big no-no, and I actually waited a very long time. So by the second or third week in May, I knew I was not doing what I was supposed to be doing. And that was when they started telling me, oh, you don't need to come into the office anymore. Well, we'll just have you come into the office 1 day a week, because I still need access to like print posters and email volunteers and stuff like that. But really, they just wanted me at the farmers market 2 days a week to kind of like pick up the slack, you know, like fill in for people who weren't there. Like volunteers don't show up, go do what the volunteer is doing, you know. One of the market managers on the break, go fill in for her. So this internship really wasn't about me getting marketing experience so much as it was, as I termed it, it was more like any internship is a job. But when you hear the term internship, you also are thinking it's going to be a learning experience for school or for a job or something. This one was literally a temporary seasonal position marketed as an internship. And so I quickly figured out that this isn't really so much an internship as it's just a job. And it was kind of like, as I spent more time there, they said, oh, yeah, it's really not for school credit. We're not really concerned about that. We just need you here to do this and that. And they really were just looking for somebody to come in 2 days a week from May through November. And actually, that is kind of what started to lead me to, I knew I needed to talk to somebody, but what really pushed me over the edge is when I let it be known that, hey, I go back to school full time in September, so I'm leaving at the end of August, and technically my internship period ends August 3rd, so I would be leaving so I could go back to school full time. And that did not make them happy. They actually said a few times they were disappointed in me because I was not fulfilling my end of the deal. Apparently, when I agreed to the position, I agreed to stay through November, but I don't remember signing anything that said that, so I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't communicate very well that I was going back to school and I would not be staying through November, so that part I will take responsibility for. I should have communicated better that in my interview, letting them know that I would not be remaining past August. But at the same time, their idea was when they asked me if I needed time off, that should have been when I let them know that, hey, I go back to school full time in the fall. And I'm like, well, that's not so much me asking for time off. That would be me saying, hey, I'm leaving in August. So, but that conversation where they kept saying they were disappointed in me, and yes, I accept it's my fault, and I even said that, yes, I will take responsibility. I didn't explain myself fully or very well. But that really kind of pushed me over the edge. And there were some other instances I don't want to get into about that really pushed me to the point of finally, a couple weeks ago, I said, I can't take this anymore. I emailed my advisor and I told her what was going on, and I talked to her, and she said, yes, you need to talk to your internship professor. And and I did, and I talked to him, I talked to my advisor again, and she's the one who pointed out that she talked to the internship manager and said that after I talked to her and they had talked to the organization and stuff, she came to the realization that I wasn't doing really any marketing, and from her view, it sounded like I was doing less than my duties were 20% or less marketing. That is a big red flag. I don't know what it is at other schools, but at Davenport University, the internship requirement states very clearly that the business that you are interning must ensure that you are doing, I think it's only 15 to 20% of your duties cannot be linked directly to your major. So I'm a marketing major. That means at least 80% of my duties I am fulfilling for the organization has to be related to marketing. So I had to be working with the marketing department. I had to be learning about marketing. And then the rest could be like office chores, setting up, tearing down, stuff like that. Instead, it was kind of the exact opposite, where the vast majority of my duties weren't related to marketing at all, and instead only a very small percentage was relating to marketing. So that means it was kind of a big no-no, and so the professor, and I talked to them about the other instances that happened, and so my advisor right away said, we should probably pull you. And maybe just like give you partial credit, because at that time I had completed almost 100 hours, and the requirement is I have to complete 150 hours to get credit for the course. So I had almost completed 100 hours. So my advisor's like, we should pull you. My professor, when I talked to him, at first it sounded like he was going to see if he could make me stay, but the more I talked to him and the more I explained what was going on, and he even talked to them, the more he realized that this was not a good fit for me emotionally, mentally. It was not a healthy place for me. So he did make the decision that he was going to talk to his department chair, and they did pull me. So the school pulled me, and like I said, my last day was June 12th. So since I was over halfway there, what they're doing instead is I will be assigned a project to do to get credit for my internship. So that is where I'm at with my internship. I am no longer working for that organization. Instead, next week I will be hopefully getting a project, and that I will do instead to take the place of the internship I was doing. And I will say this, I was so relieved. I found out Saturday was my last day on the 11th. Excuse me. So, my professor emailed me last Friday, the 11th. Was it the 11th? Let me double check and see. Yes, it was the 11th. So my professor emailed me last Friday on the 11th and let me know that the 12th was my last day. And the email, it said I didn't fulfill the expectations, and I'm willing to accept that I didn't live up to their expectations, because at the same time I feel like they didn't live up to the expectations that I was expecting of them to do when they agreed to take me on as an intern and to do this internship, because they had to fill out paperwork with the school to be approved for me to do it. So they also had expectations that they had to live up to, and they did not fulfill their expectations. But since I'm the student, of course, I feel like I'm the one who's going to get the blame. And you know what? I'm willing to accept it. I made some mistakes. I was not clear. I'm willing to accept it and move on and just let that be another chapter in my life. I'm actually looking forward to this project. I don't know what it is. All I know is it will be related to marketing. So I'm really, really excited about it. And I feel so much better. I was so exhausted. I'm finally getting out of the point where when I started farmers market, I was exhausted every single day, because it was long hours, and I'm finally just no longer being exhausted. I put in Clone Wars and I took a nap today, so I am finally getting to the point where I am not exhausted. So I'm feeling so much better. I feel healthier. I feel more human. So I am sad that I got pulled. I did enjoy working with some of the vendors. I made some really great connections. I did have a couple days that were really a lot of fun. And it was an interesting experience. But at the same time, it was just the right call for my school to make. And I'm so grateful they made that call. Because I did let my advisor and professor know that as bad as it is, if I couldn't be pulled, I would see this internship through to the end. Particularly because I recently found out a couple weeks ago Disney started up the college program again, and I want to go do that program. And I found out that I am still eligible to do it next year after I graduate. My last two classes are in June of 2022. They start in May and end in June. So I am still eligible to the point where next year I can apply for the Disney College program and say that, hey, I can be down there from like July through December or whatever. And I still have the chance that they could accept me and take me, which I hope they do. I'm kind of afraid they don't because I'm going to be 34 next year, and I'm not so sure they want a 34-year-old college intern from Michigan. But I really would love to do the Disney College program because that could be a first step in me actually getting a job for the Disney parks. Like, oh my gosh, that is my end goal, is I want to go work for the Disney parks. I would love it. I would die if that ever happened. So doing the Disney College program is like the first step. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it multiple times. Like, there are people who go back and do it over and over and over again. But I would love to be able to do it and say, hey, this is end game for me. I want a job here. I'm doing this internship because more than anything in the world, Disney is my dream job. So that is why I said I'm determined to stick this internship out and just do it instead of leaving and doing one next year, because next year I'm hoping I'm in Florida. I'm hoping I'm in Florida or California working at Disney World or Disneyland. That is what I want to do. And so that is my goal. And they were so nice and understanding, and they came up with this great solution that works for me, that will allow me to stay on that plan. So that makes me really, really happy. And like I said, I'm so thrilled. I have a huge sigh of relief. And it actually works out great for my summer plans. Okay, done with the dark and depressing stuff. Let me tell you about my plans for this summer. Okay, so far I only have one big planned event, and that is Michigan's Adventure! Yay! My dad and I are going to Michigan's Adventure this year, you guys. I'm so excited. I love going to Michigan's Adventure. It's literally the only theme park in the state of Michigan, for understandable reasons. I'm super, super, super excited. I haven't been there. I want to say the last time I went was in 2018. It's been 2 to 3 years since I went, you guys. I wanted to go last year. Unfortunately, they didn't open up the park. They opened up the water park for August, and that was it. And I wasn't able to go. But this year, my dad and I are going to Michigan's Adventure. Actually, the day I got my second COVID vaccine, I came home and I got us tickets to go to Michigan's Adventure. I got us tickets. I paid for parking. I got us refillable water bottles to use for the day we're there. So we are set and good to go. Like, all we have to do is show up. So we got our tickets, and originally we were going to go July 5th because office was closed that day. That would be the easiest day to go, and I wish my computer would stop going to sleep on me when I'm recording. But it's July 5th. That's the day after 4th of July, and we're like, maybe not. So we pushed the day back to the end of July, and I actually got the time off. And then I got pulled from my internship. So good news, my dad and I can go pretty much any Monday we want to. So we've decided to go. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot the date we're going. We are going July 19th now to Michigan's Adventure. And we're hoping, since it's a Monday, the park won't be too crowded. I'm kind of hedging my bets on that because this year they've decided to close the park on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to like kind of deep clean it and stuff. Normally during the season, they don't close the park at all unless there's a special event. So it's kind of weird. But we're going July 19th. I'm really, 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 really excited. I can't wait to go. This year I have a long list of rides. Normally the only rides I go on are, okay, so Michigan's Adventure, for those of you who don't know, it's actually 2 parks. And it is Michigan's Adventure, which is an amusement park, and Wildwater Adventure, which is a water park like located right inside the park. It's really cool. It's owned by Cedar Fair, which is the same company that owns Cedar Point and Knott's Berry Farm. However, unlike Cedar Point and Knott's Berry Farm, you don't have to pay. I know Cedar Point has a water park too, but the water park is separately ticketed. So with Cedar Point, you have to get 1 ticket for the amusement park and 1 ticket for the water park. And Michigan's Adventure, you don't. That is like, I think the best part about Michigan's Adventure is you literally only pay 1 price and you have access to both parks. It is amazing. So basically I paid about, I think like $32, $35 for each for my dad and I's tickets. So it was like about $65 for 2 adult 1-day tickets. And that gives us access to the amusement park and the water park, which is so cool. So the amusement park opens at 11 and closes at 7, and the water park opens at 12 and closes at 6. And basically, you can just bounce back and forth. So you get to the water park, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to go ride some rides. So you can go ride some rides and then bounce back to the water park. So that's basically what we do. We literally go, and the water park opens, and we go do stuff in the water park. And then I'm like, I'm bored. I'm going to go get dressed. I'm going to put my clothes on, and I'm going to go on the amusement park because nobody's there when the water park is open. So that's what you do. You literally bounce back and forth, which I think is so much fun. And literally their motto is 2 parks for the price of 1. Fun! Growing up in Michigan, you quickly learn the theme song for Michigan's Adventure. Literally, I haven't that song memorized since I was like in elementary school. But I'm super excited. I cannot wait. And usually I go and I just hang out in the wave pool and the lazy river. And then my rides, I will do Lakeside Gliders, which is this really cool like swing ride where you sit and you like have this thing and you move it back and forth and you're like, whee! I would love to say go watch videos of ride POVs for Michigan's Adventure. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of them. Sharp Productions did some for like the roller coasters. But for most of the rides at Michigan's Adventure, there are no POVs because you aren't allowed to film on them. And then I do the Flying Trapeze. And then I love doing Scrambler. Scrambler is absolutely my favorite amusement park ride ever. I love the Scrambler. It is so much fun. And then I will do the train. The train is just a nice, relaxing ride. It's not very long. And then there is Grand Rapids, which, oh my gosh, that water is always so cold. And my dad, I love my dad. He is so lame when we go to Michigan's Adventure. He has a joke. He has jokes, a joke specifically for Grand Rapids, the water ride. Basically, we will get on the ride, and he will tell whoever is the ride attendant, he's like, this better not get me wet. I'm allergic to water. And I'm like sitting there going, oh my God, Dad. He's done this every year since the ride opened, and we went the year it opened. So he will get on the ride and said, this ride better not make me wet. And the attendants are like sitting there, and I'm going, I am so embarrassed. And then we'll go through the ride, and my dad won't, if my dad does not get very wet, he'll get off the ride and goes, that was a lie. I didn't get wet. And then, but if he does get wet, like if he comes off the ride soaking wet, he'll march off the ride and go, my hair is wet. Look what you did to me. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, Dad. I'm sorry, I just made my desk shake. I'm like, oh my gosh, my dad is so embarrassing. But it still makes me laugh because it's my dad and I don't get to spend a lot of time with him. So I'm always excited when we get to go do this together. So I love my dad. That is actually, that's the only ride he and I share that we both like is Grand Rapids. My dad is very much into water slides. He's not a very big ride person. He very much is like there for the water park, and I'm very much like the water park's cool, but I love the amusement park. And he very much loves water rides. So I love my dad, so I'm really excited to be doing this with him this year. I told him since we're going, I made him a promise that I would go. There you have 2 log rides. There's one at the back of the park, which is the big log ride where you splash down and there's a big wave that comes up over a bridge. And then at the front of the park, they have a smaller log flume ride. I told him I will go on the little log flume ride. I'm not going on the big one. I'm not ready for that yet. I will go on the little baby log flume ride. And I cannot believe I agreed to this. I am not the biggest fan of water slides. I actually liked them when I was younger, but then I didn't go on them for years. But I told my dad, if we go to Michigan's Adventure, not only will I go on the baby log flume ride, I will go on Funnel of Fear. Look up Michigan's Adventure Funnel of Fear. I agreed to go on that. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can find a picture of it on my Kindle. It is basically one of those rides where you go down a slide and then you dip into a thing and you go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And that has always terrified me. And I told my dad that, hey, go to Michigan's Adventure with me. I will go on Funnel of Fear with you. And he's like, you will? And I'm like, I will. Because oddly enough, when I think of my dad, I don't think of my dad as a thrill seeker because he really isn't. But he loves Funnel of Fear and I don't know why. But I agreed to go with him on Funnel of Fear, and I'm kind of regretting it. I saw somebody did sneak a camera on, and I did watch Bride POV of it. It doesn't look that bad. I think the worst part for me will actually be the slide portion. Because it is like a very, here it is. Da-da-da. This is Funnel of Fear. That is the slide I told my dad I would go on. It is, okay, here's a better picture. There it is. That is Funnel of Fear. So the worst part for me is probably going to be the slide part, which is the top part. So the funnel part probably won't be that bad. It will probably be just the slide portion. Because I always wind up going backwards and I don't like going backwards down slides. But I promised my dad I'd go on Funnel of Fear and the log flume ride, and I'm going to stick to that promise I made him, and I will go on Funnel of Fear, and I will go on the log flume. And that was eBay. I'm really nervous, but I said I'm going to push myself. I'm also pushing myself in that I'm also going to go on Thunderbolt, which is like the alpine bobsled thing where you go around and around and around, and I did it because I went on Himalaya at the carnival I went to. By the way, I did not realize Himalaya was like the scrambler and it like literally pushes you to the outside edge. I had a blast. I went on it twice and I walked away with bruises. So I said, I think I made a promise to myself. I'm going to go on bobsled. I'm going to go on the log flume. I'm going to go on Funnel of Fear. I'm going to go on Mammoth River, which is a water slide. I'm going to go on a single rider water slide. I'm pushing myself this year. And if I can handle it, I might go on Tilt-A-Whirl. It's so weird. When I was younger, I loved the Tilt-A-Whirl. It was one of my favorite rides. And then I went on one year with a girl I knew from school at the fair, and she nearly threw up. And I'm like, I don't like the Tilt-A-Whirl anymore. And I went on it one time with a cousin, and she laughed at me because I was freaking out. But I hadn't been on it in years. So I might go on the Tilt-A-Whirl. So I'm going to push myself at Michigan's Adventure this year. That is my goal. I want to push myself. I don't want to be a scaredy cat anymore. I pushed myself at the carnival, and I had a ton of fun on a ride that I've always wanted to go on, but I've always been too chicken to. And I went on it, and it was a blast, and I loved it. So that's my goal this year. My other big plan is I just did it. I just got my ticket to go see Black Widow. I'm going to go see it July 11th. So like the week before we go to Michigan's Adventure, I'm going to go see Black Widow. I was super, super nervous because I kept checking. NCG had not gotten their tickets, and I just checked today, and they just had tickets. So I was able to go get my ticket today to go see Black Widow. I could go see it opening day, but I have a couple job interviews next week, so I don't really want to like take that chance that I'll get that ticket for that day and then I have to work. So instead, I will go see it that Sunday. So I'm really, really excited. I wanted to see it in theaters. It was my goal. Black Widow will be the first movie I have seen in theaters since, oh my gosh, 2019. Seriously, the last movie I saw in theaters was when I saw Rise of Skywalker again, like a week after it came out. Like I saw it opening weekend, and then like I got a ticket to pay for part of like a $5 reward from Fandango, and I used that, and I got another ticket to go see Rise of Skywalker. So literally the last movie I saw in theaters was Star Wars, and the first movie I am going to go see in theaters is going to be Marvel, of course. So I am super, super, super excited to go see Black Widow. I cannot wait to see that. Also, I might actually go to Comic Book Hero Night at the Great Lakes Saloon. So usually I go to Star Wars Night. They're not doing Star Wars Night this year. They weren't able to make it work. but they are doing a comic book hero night, and I just got my Loki dress. I got the Her Universe Loki dress, the new one, and I would love to wear it and go to comic book hero night because I already have an outfit to wear for Black Widow, and I don't think it'd be respectful to wear a Loki outfit to watch Black Widow. So I would love to go to comic book hero night in my Loki outfit, which I'm super excited about. I think it looks amazing. I love it. BTW Loki on Disney Plus is amazing. I love it. It is so good. The first 2 episodes were, oh my god, drop dead amazing. Also, Bad Batch has just been like every single episode of the Bad Batch has just been getting better and better and better. And I am so scared because all these shows have just been so amazing. Like WandaVision was blow your mind amazing. Falcon and Winter Soldier was Marvel movie amazing. Loki, the first 2 episodes have just been jaw-dropping amazing. Bad Batch has been amazing episode after episode. I am so scared that these later series they have coming out on Disney Plus are not going to be that good. Like, the Marvel series I am looking forward to after Loki the most is Ms. Marvel. And I am so terrified that it is not going to be that good. And I'm like sitting there going, oh, please, please, please be amazing. And all these shows have been amazing so far. And I'm just waiting for one of these shows to be one of those shows where I go, that's disappointing. Because I haven't had that happen yet with any of the Marvel or Star Wars content that they have released on Disney Plus. It's all been amazing across the board. There have been some shows on Disney Plus I've gone, like the High School Musical, the musical show. I tried to watch it and I did not like it. Noelle, I was not a big fan of. So there has been some content on Disney Plus that I have not been a fan of, but all the Star Wars and Marvel content has just been amazing. So I'm kind of nervous to see what's going to happen with the next few shows. So cross your fingers, they're actually all really good. So that's where I am in my life. I am no longer doing an internship. I'm going to do a project instead. Oh, I made President's List. I don't know if I mentioned that. I made President's List, and I got a Certificate of Excellence for displaying awareness and skills in social responsibility. So, yay me. My classes, the first half of the summer semester actually ends. Next week is week 7, so I actually go on break from, I think, June 28th through July 6th. So I'm on break in a couple weeks. I already have a ton of plans to do. I have crafting I need to get done. More specifically, I need to make 2 pairs of mini ears for these 2 little girls that I love and adore. And I got to meet one of them, and it was so much fun. They're into unicorns, and so I got unicorn fabric and some glittery trim and some pretty pink headbands, and I'm going to make them each a pair of unicorn Minnie Mouse ears. Because the older girl, I actually went and I got her a wishes. She's like 8. She's going into 5th grade. I got her a the kids version of the Wishes Come True blue spirit jersey, which I have. And then I also got her a pair of Mickey Mouse Wishes Come True blue ears. I wanted to get her the Minnie Mouse ears, but they didn't have them. So I got her the Mickey Mouse ears because I have the Minnie Mouse ears, but they didn't have them. So I got her the Mickey Mouse ears, which I think are better because they have an adjustable strap, so they're more like a headband, an adjustable headband. And her mom sent me the footage of her opening it up, and she was so excited. And I'm like so happy because I wanted to get her. I thought she'd get a kick out of the fact that I have the adult spirit jersey and the mini ears, and she has the kid version. So I'm really happy. So I'm just spoiling her. I love spoiling her. So I'm going to make her some more Minnie Mouse ears, a pair of Minnie Mouse ears for her and her cousin. So I'm really excited. I'm going to do that on break. I also made a headband to go with my Loki dress. I took a gold headband and I wrapped glittery green ribbon around it. I don't think it looks that great. One of my friends on Facebook actually suggested I do little horns, but I don't know where to get, because I don't want the big, like his headpiece has these big curling horns. I don't want to do that if I'm going to a ballpark, probably like little baby horns, more like little devil horns. So I'm going to try, I don't know where I'd find those though, little devil horns to glue to a headband. So I don't know. But I got some crafting to do. Going to definitely be working away on this project because I start my project management class on July 6th, so that's going to be interesting to do because I think I have to pay another $85 for that, so I really need to get another job. So that's where I'm at. I'm really excited. I feel so much better, and I'm really sorry, you guys, that it took me a month to do this. I will probably be posting another video today. I saw they dropped a trailer for the new He-Man series, which has Mark Hamill as Skeletor, so you know I'm going to be all over that. So I'll probably post a trailer reaction for that today. So thank you guys so much for watching this epically long video. I really did not mean to make it this long. Thank you so much for your support, for continuing to stick by this channel, even though it's been forever since I posted. I promise I will do better to post more content, to post more life updates, to post more trailer reactions as it happens. With me going to Michigan's Adventure and with me going with my dad, who doesn't mind me vlogging, I should be able to get some really cool footage from that trip. So cross your fingers, I will be posting more often. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my videos, make sure to click subscribe, give me a big old thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Also, in the description box down below, if you'd like to see some of my postings on Instagram or Facebook, I have links to my Instagram and Facebook page. And I'm also a fanfiction writer, so if you'd like to see read the fanfiction series I spent 4 years working on, there should be a link to that in the description down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and I will talk to you guys soon. I swear. Bye, guys. See you later.